okay? I put a lot of thought into this, as I always do. I know that's one of my coined lines in the beginning. I'm going to show you a mathematical equation, how to double revenue in a law firm. Now, it's definitely an interesting mathematics equation that I came up with. Revenue equals sales. So lawyers try to avoid the point that the word sales is pretty much revenue. So if you want to grow revenue or even profit margin, you need, revenue in order to have profit margin. Revenue equals sales. Who here in the chat, let me know, wants to get at least another dollar of revenue in their law firm? I know this is important. Revenue equals sales. This is the equation. Sales equals communication. Man, we're getting a lot of yeses. Thank you guys for being so motivated. Thank you. Okay, revenue equals sales. Sales equals communication. Guys, my goal here is to change lives. I want this to be a light bulb experience for you. When I realized this changed the game for me. Revenue equals sales. Sales equals communication. Communication equals words. So if you want to grow your law firm 200%, you have to double your ability of using words. And I'll explain a very specific set of ways that you can do that. So revenue equals sales, sales equals communication, communication equals words. Why do some of the best law firms out there succeed? And I realized I did all this reflecting and journaling. I've interviewed the biggest law firm owners in the United States, Alexander Shannara, biggest law firm in Alabama. I've interviewed Mike Morse, Michigan. We've interviewed Glenn Lerner. We've had some of the highest profit margin lawyers on these podcasts. We have everything recorded in our mastermind portal. And I'm just distilling this information. I'm just thinking, what are the gems? What are the gems I can pick out of this? What are the gems? And I realized it's called word alignment. Because here's what happens. When someone searches for a lawyer, what is the first thing that happens? In their mind, a word passes. I'm experiencing a problem. I need a lawyer. And when they need a lawyer, they may express a word by calling a friend to see if they have a referral. They may express a word by going to Google. They may express a word by going on YouTube and typing in, or they may go on Facebook, have words going through their head, okay? They have words going through their head, but they're not searching anything on Facebook. But when they get on Facebook, what do they see? They see the words of your Facebook post. They see the words of your image, okay? When you do a video, right? You're communicating words, but they have words in their head. So the first thing to understand is word alignment. Your client is going to have words going through their head, and they're going to search or somehow express that they need a lawyer in some way, shape, or form. Words. Now, the other side of the equation is word alignment, right? How do the words you say, okay, whether it's on an intake call, whether it's on an email, whether it's on landing pages, whether it's on your website, Google, whatever, do the words you're saying align with the words going through your client's mind? Steve Jobs was famous for having 3-hour weekly marketing meetings, okay? Steve Jobs was successful because he very quickly owned the fact that, yeah, there were some times where he had the title of CEO, but he really wasn't ever CEO. He shamelessly owned that if I want to succeed, I have to master marketing. 3 hours every Wednesday afternoon, Apple had a huge marketing meeting. It was disorganized. It was passionate. There were arguments, but that was his highlight of every week because that's where they came up with word alignments within Apple. The words that were going through their potential clients' minds and how they were going to communicate, okay? Now, most lawyers enter the market, right? And this is why a lot of lawyers fail. And if you don't understand this, you will continue not growing. I promise you. With I think, I feel. I've said this in all my boot camps. We've had thousands and thousands of lawyers on our internet boot camps. Most lawyers spend tens of thousands of dollars, years and years and years and years wasting money on I think and I feel, right? You think your website's going to just start ranking. You think that the random YouTube videos you put up, you just hope that they're going to somehow catch the right, client. You have all these assumptions as to the words you're putting out on your website, on your content, on whatever, on your client calls. You just assume that they're going to relate to your clients. Okay. So the key thing to master, so you can become the conductor of all of your marketing, so you can know what's going through your clients' minds, so you can direct all of your content efforts, what's said on your website, what's said on your videos, what do you write an ebook on, right? What do you put out content on? All of these things come from understanding word alignment, okay? So the key is discovering, what are my money-making words? What are the words that are going through your clients' minds, okay? And the best way to do this is from the biggest, best marketing minds of the world. Eben Pagan, for example, is who I learned this from. You guys should look him up. Eben Pagan says 1 hour of testing and research saves 10 hours in wasted time and money. 1 hour of testing and research saves 10 hours of wasted time and money. What is the best way to do market research? And I've showed you guys how to use Keyword Planner, how to look at the aggregate data of what people type in on Google. I've showed you guys all that stuff. But let's step back for a second. What is the best way to do market research? Tell me in the chat. What is the best way? Okay, there you go. Ask my clients, polls, talk to people. Thank you guys. These are good things. Ask questions. Okay, the greatest marketing minds in the world know this. No lawyer does this, by the way. There are 4 specific questions. Once you know the words that are going through your potential client's mind, once you know the words that are going through your client's mind, if you guys want to learn more about that, I'm releasing some really, really disruptive thing on Friday, actually, which is the first time I've announced it. It's my life's work. I've been putting a lot of work into this. I'll be releasing on Friday. You can't register for it now, so you have to wait for an email. This will be one of the biggest chapters of my life, what I'll be releasing on Friday. And you guys can attend when you get that email. I'm also doing an internet bootcamp tonight where I'll go deeper into how to find those words, how to find the data using Google Trends, Google Keyword Planner, so you can make sure your messaging is aligning with their words. There's 4 questions I want you to write down that will make you the most money possible. It's the FFWA. Okay? Fears, frustrations, wants, and aspirations. Fears, frustrations, wants, and aspirations. Fears, frustrations, wants, and aspirations. If you get on 5 client calls, you can do this as you're bringing in new clients, and just ask them, hey, what are your biggest fears right now? What are your biggest frustrations right now? What are your biggest desires right now? And what are your biggest aspirations right now? The answers you will get are gold. Now you have to ask 3 times for each question to get a real answer. Most clients will go, oh, I'm just scared about spending money. No, it's never money. The real fears and frustrations, they do not have to do with money or what percentage your fees are. It has to do with very deep-seated things that they probably haven't even really came to terms with themselves. And this becomes the other side of the equation. So first, you need to master what's called word alignment. And within that, there's demand segmentation, all the different ways your clients search for you. If you're a divorce lawyer, there's demand segments. There's custody, child support, divorce, family law, right? If you're a truck accident lawyer, there's segments of demand, right? There's in divorce, there's a whole father's rights niche. There's a whole military divorce niche, but you don't know all the available options, so you just market to divorce lawyer. The same thing goes on and on, criminal, PI, etc. So once you have your demand segments or your word segments, now you have to align those segments with the answers of those questions. Fears, frustrations, wants, aspirations. Fears, frustrations, wants, aspirations. What are the fears, frustrations, wants, aspirations of someone going through a custody case? And your alignment is where those 2 things meet. The words going through their head meet the words you communicate as to what makes your law firm unique. That is the key.